Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, back on the BMW. So today is handlebars. As you know, so far we have got to this stage, and I know I keep saying it, but I'm so pleased with how it looks. I got the rubber straps on the top here earlier. Absolutely everything lines up so well. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So yeah, handlebars. And bear with me, I am a bit shattered as well. I was falling asleep while I was editing last night. I was tapping on the computer and kept doing that. Constantly nodding off. It's probably because I was watching myself. I guess that's what you do. You put, you know, I'm tired, I'll put that doghouse bloke on and I'll go to sleep. Anyway, what we got to do. So, as you know, we are putting these shorter risers on to keep the bar height down. And these, at the moment, don't fit very nice because we've got a larger area there on the top yoke to the size of the riser. So I want to make something that I can eventually have blacked up that goes from this size to that size so they look like they fit nice. And we've also got to make a sleeve that goes in there for the difference in size of fixing, which the Honda ones had wherever I've put them. Oh, here's one. So you can see the sleeve on that. So we've pretty much got to do that on the new risers. As you can see, these ones are going to be far too big. Yeah, way too big. So a couple of sleeves, a couple of washers to go from the size on the yoke to the risers. What else we got to do? That's about it. That's about it to get the bars on. And then I've got some thinking to do about the ignition and the Speedo. Obviously all that's got to go up in that area. So we've got the little Speedo there. So there's some sort of bracket got to be done for that. But here's my predicament. The Speedo would sit best smack in the middle, but that's where the mount is for the ignition. I suppose I could put the Speedo to the side. We'll see how that goes. One of the ways around it, but at the moment it's not going to be achievable really because of the cost, is an M unit with a keyless option on it. Also the M unit would solve a lot of issues with the wiring, hell of a lot of issues, and vastly reduce it, obviously. And then with the keyless thing, I think you just have like a round sort of pickup transponder, whatever you want to call it, I'm not sure what you call it, which could go somewhere else on the bike. All this ignition thing could come off. I could have the top yoke recoated, and we'll get rid of the Honda badge, and the Speedo would sit there with a keyless ignition. Yeah, as you know, I'm trying to do my best to make this bike as best as possible without going crazy on spending, although I've done a little bit of that with the front end, but that was necessary to achieve what I wanted to do. So I'm going to think about it. I'm going to have a long think about it and see, because I think a motor gadget unit, an M unit with keyless and everything, I'm sure it's £400 plus. positive it is, but we'll see how it goes. We'll, like I say, we'll get round everything that we've got to get round and do what we've got to do. Anyway, I've got to turn this great big chunk down because that's all the alloy I had. So it's what's that going to be? We'll measure it. 25 mil. Yeah. Bit of a waste really, but I've got no smaller pieces. So we'll get that ripped down, get the hole in it, get the bars on, get the little sleeves done, and get that done today. Anyway, let's get that big chunk of alloy taken down. One done. I am quite pleased with that for a lathe person amateur. Yes, it probably needs facing off there a bit, but that's just the marks off the parting tool. But we'll try it on the bike in a minute. Hey, I'm happy with that. I've surprised myself. Right, let's have a look on the bike. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Obviously it'll look better in black, which it will be. Oh, that's good. Not bad. Right. The hardest part is getting the second one the same. So I'm going to get on with that and then we'll get it all bolted up. Oh no, I've got to do the sleeves as well. Yeah. We'll do the second one and then get the sleeves done. And then there was two. Sorted. Right. And I've got them the same as well. It's a miracle. So next is the sleeves that we've got to do inside. What have we got for that? I did drop that on the floor actually. There's a thing. Got a bit of brass to do the sleeves. Gonna have a steampunk adventure bike. Yeah, I'll get the measurements done, get that in the lathe, get them spun up, and then get the bars on. one done. Hopefully it will fit. So that'll go on underneath, so that's got a surface for the nut to do up on. Ooh, that's a good fit. Oh, I forgot something, haven't I? Oh, where have I put that? Oh, we'll use that one for now. There we go. Sorted. Right, I'll get that one. All right, I'll get the nut on. And we can tighten it up properly when the bars are through, so it keeps it all level. If I can get my big fat hands in there to do that up. Someone's put an headlight in the way. Come on, clumsy. There we are. Right, get the other one spun up and then we'll get the bars on. We have two. All sorted. Get these, get the nuts on and then we'll get the bars in place. Bit of a squeeze under here. There we go. Got it. Right. I'll just knit them up. And we'll take the tops off and put the bars on. There we go. I'm not going to tighten them all the way up. There we go. Right, let's take the tops off. I'm going to try them the other way around a minute, they looked a bit offset. Right, it looks better that way. There we go. Oop. Stay. So the width for them is absolutely spot on. That's fantastic. Right, let's just knit them up. Try and pull them down even. I don't like seeing that when these are clamped and they've been clamped, like pulled right down on one side more than the other. I like to try and get them even, so the gap front and back is the same. Looking good. No point in doing them right up, so obviously it's all got to come off. That looks great. That's it, bars on then. I am again so pleased with that. I've got another job to do, we'll go through that in a moment, but yeah, that is fantastic. Really like it. It's starting to take shape. Right, one of the decisions to make is the Speedo and how I'm going to mount it. So on these bars, they came with a pad for when you decide to headbutt the handlebars. But I'm thinking, do I need it? I've not got one on the KTM. I've not headbutted them bars yet, although I know there's a first for everything. There it is with it on. I know some people will probably go, oh, it looks better without it, but obviously it's there to do a job. But I'm really undecided what to do. Obviously I'll make a decision eventually, but it's such an ideal place for the Speedo, which we have here. Yeah, the right way up. I'd have to modify the bracket slightly because that's for 7/8 bars, and obviously we've got fat bars on this at 28mm thereabouts. But obviously centre would be an ideal place to mount it, but we can't do that with the handlebar pad on. Or the other thing, which is a very expensive route to take, which would help me in a lot of ways, would be a Motor Gadget M unit with, like I said earlier, a keyless system on there, so I could get rid of all of that, sort of sever it off and have all the top yoke recoated and have the Speedo down there in that area. There's not a lot of sort of space to put it to the side because we're going to have cables going down. We've got the brake lines to deal with, we've got throttle cable to deal with, so there's going to be quite a lot going down into that area, both sides. So putting the Speedo to one side, I don't think I'm going to have the space. So decisions to make with that. M unit would be great, but to a certain degree I'm trying to watch what I spend on this. I haven't priced one up with a keyless system on. I'm guessing £400 plus. I'll have a look later. I don't know what to do. I really don't. Obviously the end goal with this is to try and keep it, which is going to be a task in itself, to be honest. The reason being, obviously, you build a bike, you sell it, you give yourself some money in the pocket, but it's all that then goes towards the next bike and all the cost of building the next bike. So to pull one out to keep is going to take some doing. Hopefully we'll figure something out because every bit that goes on this bike, I'm loving it more and more and more, and it's just going to be such a great all-rounder, such a good fun bike as well, road and off-road. Anyway, also I'm going to stop thinking about that. Also, we've got the handguards. I definitely want these on, because from experience, when you are following people on the dirt, you do get showered in debris. And I have had off-road bikes without handguards, and when you take a decent stone to the knuckles, that hurts. That really hurts. So I definitely want the handguards on, but I'm gonna have to do some messing about for them to fit. So these bars are sleeved. The white bit is a sleeve. So obviously they get fatter as they go down. And I think I can trim that sleeve back, because we've took up all the area that isn't sleeved with everything, both sides. As you can see, we're right up to the rubber end there where the sleeve comes out of, and then you've got the rubber ends here where the sleeve terminates, and then it's just onto the alloy. So I'm thinking I should be able to trim them back just enough to create a gap for the handguard brackets, which are not very wide. I say, I definitely want them on. 100% I want them on. So I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to slide this back, do one side at a time, see if I can get a really sharp blade. I'll tape it up to give me a guideline so it's nice and neat, and see if we can trim that back to fit them handguards on. Fingers crossed, touch wood, that works, because I really don't want to mess these bars up. I'll say we'll start with this side first, get everything loose, move it back, and see if it is something we can sort out. So let's just slide that off so we don't knock it off. Start a switch. And lever. It'd be nice if we can do it. I think. Let me just try the bracket. Yeah. I'm just making sure it'll go over. Yeah, that'll fit. So the bracket's sort of bridged, so it'll go over the levers. Just making sure it does that before I start going hacking things up. Let's move the lever, see where we are. Ooh. Right, let me show you. Yeah, so we've got this rubber here. I reckon if we see if we can peel that back, and if we trim a bit of that off, the rubber can go back, and that should give us some space for the handguards. Yeah, I think it'll work. If I mark out what distance we want, these ain't cut very straight anyway, so we'll straighten that up. Right, is that right? Yeah, we need that much off. Let's see if you can see that mark I've just done. Right, we'll tape that up so we do a straight cut. There we go. I think if we follow that, we'll be fine. This stuff's quite soft, so it should cut easy. Trying to be really careful. Tell you, it'd help if I had my glasses on, wouldn't it? I keep forgetting I'm blind. Anyone see me glasses? I can't see. Where have I put them? Right, let's try that again. Ooh, I can see. Make sure we are cut through so I don't want to tear them out of shape. There we go. That's got it. Right, let's get the tape off. Of course it don't want to come off nice. Why would it? Trying to peel that black off and it's my marker pen mark. Right, that should go back over. Yes. Right. Right, that. That's okay. Oh, I dropped that. It's too early to be dropping stuff. Right, let's get a bit better prepared. Hold that in my third hand. Oh, I've got that on the move. Let the other one in. I think this is all going to work out fine. Yep, right. Start a switch back over. Job's a good un. If I'll go under there. No, keep it as it was. That's all right. And then we can put them little extenders on if need be. Yep. Excellent. I'm pleased with that. Right, I'll just pop the other side on. There we go. Both hand guards on. I don't want to keep saying it, but I can't help it. I am so pleased with that. I really am so pleased. It's looking a little bit different now compared to what it was looking like. Yeah, as you can see, it's starting to look like a completely different bike. Yeah, really pleased with them handlebars now. It's especially now we've got everything to fit. Just a decision to make with the Speedo now. What I'm going to do about that. We will see. I just don't know at the moment. Obviously the right idea will spring to mind eventually. That'll probably keep me awake on the odd night till I get the idea in my head of what I'm going to be happy with. But I say, do we have the pad on? I don't know. I've even thought, obviously it'd be a bit more involved, of making something on the tank for the Speedo. Making a nice housing for it, all nicely made, nicely shaped, and have it at the front of the fuel tank. Who knows? That'd be an interesting job as well, actually, to do it like that. I've done stuff like that before and it's turned out all right. So maybe that's an option. I'll say it'd be a very interesting job to do. And it'll look different. It'll certainly look different. And the bike's certainly worth putting that sort of effort into. The best thing is the exact picture of this bike I had in my mind even before getting it is coming to life exactly how I thought about it, which is always a great thing. Anyway, I think that'll do for this video. Next one, I'll be truing the wheel up. I may even do that later on tonight, go and have a bit of a rest, do some more editing, and if I get it done tonight, I can get it at the bike shop tomorrow and get the tyre put on. So, unless I get up really early, who knows. Anyway, that'll do. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you very soon.